So what happened to the mini Mowtruck? Well, it's still around. It's just that it had the same fate as the Dodge 3500, and it's something to watch for in structuring or beginning a business. In that there is certain vehicles now that the insurance companies are starting to crack down on, and they will not give you underwriting on your personal auto policy. In this case, this was considered some version of a cab chassis, and it does have the stickers that say incomplete vehicle. It was sold with the standard cab, but the frame length of the extended or double cab. And I just haven't had the heart to get rid of it, because I did put a bit of work into it, building my own flatbed, everything, trying to keep a low profile for easy loading of the mower, etc., etc. And I do miss having the component or aspect of the mower's always with me. Because I have certain domestic issues going on and stuff where I'm pulled for emergencies and stuff off of time on task. So that was hugely beneficial. And then of course the other domestic issue where that became great, it was the parking in the area where I'm located. It is hard to park. So this came in great. And then I was using the Dodge kind of a little bit in the same way, but the Dodge was a 2017 Ram 3500, and it had the Cummins with the Iacin transmission, which is what most people wanted back then, because the Dodge transmissions were prone to failure. The difference though, and even though it looked just like a Ram 3500 in the cab and everything, was that the frame rails ran narrower, which I guess was for outfitting for, dump bodies or whatever, and made for better location of stiffer springs. And the rear hitch that was available for that chassis setup was like 5,000 pound dead weight tongue on the tongue, downforce on the tongue. I don't remember exactly how much towing, but so there were some pluses and stuff. But then came the day that they would no longer let that be underwritten on your personal auto policy for me and with the companies that I checked with. So then at that point I had to make a decision, and basically these dead ducks are on the way out unless I can figure out another solution. Or, maybe this will be the year that I go ahead and get rid of some real estate and stuff and go towards the next step. I don't ever want to have employees, but there's nothing wrong with having the pedigree of full licensure, et cetera, et cetera. And with that, you're probably going to have to have that commercial policy anyway. All right, you have a good day. To add to that conversation, I'm in a state where it's more like right to work, and for lawn service, it's not required that you have the licensure. So understand that to have the efficiencies that I need to bring the organic benefit, which nobody else is doing, taller cut, the endless R&D, the moisture locking, the reduction of storms and humidity, and the temperance of climate, because my lawns, even the day of cutting, are converting. They're doing solar conversion. They're converting sunlight to cellulose instead of letting it bounce radically as heat. So for me to continue doing all of that, the edging to break thermal transfer and keep the meat of the lawn performing the way that lawns are meant to perform as a function, not just as an image, all of that takes a lot of time and a lot of money. And probably because of that, that's why I haven't done the other, because the customers that would insist on that pedigree would not understand the goals that I have for their lawn. So they never really went hand in hand. Those people set values in different manners, where they felt like the value of service was how long you were there, whether or not you cut it exactly like the neighbors, and how nice and tight it is. And then they would blow chemicals and water, and take away from resources that were necessary for food production. So I never wanted to really go there. Why do compliance issues for a social structure or perception of value that doesn't comport with my core values? Because corporate mowing is, in effect, the most toxic thing that's happening to our country and planet right now. Because in corporate mowing, there is no stand down option. They got guys in the truck, they got businesses, blah, blah, blah. So if there ever was a place where we need to deviate from the perception that organization is of value, it's within our lawns. Our lawns actually need the flexibility of people who that have that dynamic flexibility, that don't have to mow lower because it didn't grow, leaving the soil stripped of any benefit, of any canopy and protection. So people can think what they want, but that's the fact of the matter. 90% of the people that mow around here, their lawns will not convert heat the day of mowing, the day after, in almost 1/2 of the time that it's there. And then because the soils gradually die, it's worse than that. Then those lawns are giving off the nitrogen enhanced runoff, and they're giving off they're never performing. We're acting in a manner worse than asphalt. Whereas the lawns that I have, they get enhanced by certain percolation percentages, which gives evidence that we need more humans, but the ones that will take up a small area like this and manage it in a manner that would be impossible on larger areas. And that way, this piece of lawn performs in carbon capture and thermal conversion and humidity, moisture latching, and reallocation of moisture to the aquifer, in other factors, oxygen generation, more so on just a small area than the vast areas that are being machine treated, because of the vastness of it. All right, you have a good day.